on to item 7, update and discussion regarding water and wastewater services by Veolia. I'd actually like to take just a second to I think give a little bit of background. I did this at the town hall meeting as well, and I think it's important for people to understand how we got to this place. So one of the main pieces here was we had gone out for RFQ for water, wastewater treatment services, and I had a town hall meeting with the public, letting them know that we were going to evaluate multiple entities for the water, wastewater services for our city so that we can make the best decision for that. That process is a lengthy process. It's not something that happens overnight. And in the interim, while we were waiting for proposals to come back and qualifying vendors, we identified what the issues were within the water treatment facility that was causing the hardness issues and the nitrate issues. And frankly, they're very fixable. Without needing to build an entirely new plant, without needing to spend millions of dollars, these things were fixable. And as a council, we made a decision to cancel the RFQ, to move forward with immediate resolution to the water issues by contracting with Veolia for the wastewater. They've been doing wastewater for us for many, many years. 30? Is that something like 30 years they've been doing our wastewater. And they've been taking the hit for the water quality when in fact they've never had anything to do with the water distribution with our city. And so the decision was made to cancel the RFQ so that we could negotiate directly with Veolia in order to allow us to move forward with immediate resolution. We are in the process and have approved separation of the discharge lines that's going to allow us to increase the quantity of water that we are able to produce within our plant. It will reduce the spend that we have in Wichita Falls for approximately, last year, $525,000 went to purchasing water from Wichita Falls. And this is going to allow us also to fix the hardness issue, which after digging into it further, we learned that we were just not, there was some issues within the plant from our operations side that we could resolve quickly. And so Veolia has since taken over that contract, and they're going to give us a kind of their 90-day plan and an update on where things are to this point. Well, did I forget anything?
No, you did great. Good.
Okay. We'll let you take it from here.
And the date that they took over was
August 20th.
okay.
That also being said, to make sure we address those who are concerned about the RFQ and us not evaluating other companies, we still have the ability to go forward with the RFQ after this process. If Veolia does not meet the mark, we still have the ability to get out of this contract. And Veolia said, let us show you what we can do versus telling you. And we felt with 30 years of city and working with us as a city on the wastewater side that they should have the opportunity to show us what they're made of. And I personally can already see a difference in the water quality. And so I'm looking forward to sharing with the public what you guys have done so far and what the plans are to continue to move this forward. But we will see a drastic improvement in our water quality in the next 6 to 8 months.
No, absolutely. And no, thank you for the introduction to how we got here. My name is Matthew. I'm the Vice President of Operations. With me is James Carter. He's my Director of Operations. And David, he's our Communications Director. They'll come up with different points to go through this presentation. One of the biggest things we wanted to address right at the gate was to have healthy communication so we can just show and tell the improvements we're doing together and what we're trying to get for some short-term wins to see some immediate quality differences versus some of the longer-term things we're also working on as well. So what we did in order to track that, Yeah, absolutely.
Go back to the slide just so everybody knows. These four guys here on this slide, this is over at the water treatment plant. These are four guys that were city employees. Two of them was for quite a few years, and the other two was like 4 to 7. But these four guys came with us when we took the contract over.
No, thank you. All right, so on the agenda here for this presentation, we have the 30-day, then 60, then 90, and then more than just water and wastewater. David will be speaking to you about what we're trying to do for more of a social engagement here with the city. Frankly, we want to be a better partner, not just the water and wastewater people, but also as a big company, what we can do more for you as your trusted partner. So when I say 30, 60, 90, what does that really mean? Really, it's the 180-day plan. It's the first 30, 60 on top of that, and then 90 on top of that. So really, it's 180 days, not just 3 months, but really 180 days. When I say 30, 60, 90, I've had people ask me that question, so that's why I've developed this slide. Just wanted to just give clarity, because I generally get one person
Stacking them.
a few weeks later saying, well, why aren't we at the end here, day 90, but really it's more of 180 days. So for the first 30, one of the things we wanted to do was improve on communications, talk more about how we are tracking together the quality, the issues we're seeing, the good, bad, and indifferent. And what this team has done with James is develop a very detailed monthly operating report known as MOR. You can see here some of the sheets. It gives an update on the status of the equipment, what it is or isn't running. It goes through some of the issues or successes that the team has had, as well as what they're planning for and forecasting for in the next month to 6 months out. This is a report that we do monthly. It's about yay thick, and really it's a opportunity for us to tell our story about what we're seeing and what we're hoping to do more with you, and just have that better communication and just transparency. One of the things we're also trying to do too is use this as a form of communication to answer questions. So as things develop, as things need to be better ironed out, this is a document that we can work with and help grow that communication. What's that? Yeah.
Step on him, but it also went from 4 pages that's been going on here for quite some time. And I don't know if y'all would like to see the whole thing, but it's available to y'all. But like myself, Matt, and Dusty, we're kind of nerds like this, and we want to see everything, every work order that comes out, what was broke down, what is running, where are we at on everything. So that's why it went from 4 pages to about 35 to 40 pages.
And in doing so, one of the key things here, I'm jumping around a little bit, is to digitize how we do things and how we track that. Historically, and probably part of the reason why it was so short, historically with the city as well as even Veolia on our side, was just the amount of paperwork. What we've been investing here in the first 30 was to digitize everything, from putting iPads in the trucks to, as well as just going with new softwares to basically allow automatic reporting, just able to get more information out there faster and easier, as well as just more reliable information. That's item 3. Going back up to item 1, we've been working the wells early on. So as Ms. Lori mentioned, with the wasting project, that's going to help with the water produced. Also on the front end, if we can go ahead and get more wells pumping more effectively, that also will help as well. So we're able within the first 30 days, get 60% of the wells up and running at a better capacity for lower power use and more water. Right now, engineering is underway for the wasteland project. That'll help address the nitrates that we spoke of. And then also, too, one of the things we've been really working on is just our serviceability on our interactions out in the city. Our meter reading improvements, we've been able to just streamline the process, how they're done, from the paperwork to the digitalization of how we do it, getting things done in less time, allowing to free up time to do other projects in the city. That's really what we've been trying to embody, is not by adding more people, but more having the time spent in the city be more effective. I'm going to pass it off to Mr. Carter for the next 60.
As you can tell, building the capacity is right here. You got Josh. He was also one of your city employees that we took over and came with us. He's actually doing the labs in-house, inside the lab that is there at the water treatment plant. We still are third party in some out that we don't have the capabilities to do in-house, but we're trying to get that equipment as well and get people certified to where we will be able to do majority of them in-house. Save money on both ends that way. digitalization, he spoke about that, of operations, as he talked about having the tablets in the vehicles. Instead of the guys out running the 100+ wells that you have and going out and getting the numbers off the electricity poles, writing it down, possible error from going from there, from going inside the lab, writing it down, then punching it in on a computer. They actually have a tablet on hand with them right now. They punch it in, it's there, it automatically goes to the computer system that's at the office now, and it's already stored in what we call Hawk. So we can run our reports based on that, and you can just go back and check. It's easier to check that way than throwing them through 5 or 6 pieces of paper. Next 90 days. Building a foundation for the future. The wasting line project, as he spoke, it is in hands of our engineers now. We should have something, hopefully, middle to the end of the week at the latest on that. I've already got people come out, contractors, some local, some out of Wichita Falls, to look at it, give me pricing, so that is moving. Once we get these signed off, get committed to, submitted to TCEQ, and we can move forward with that. Once we get that, that's going to be a great help, because the line that's in the ground now, it's a 4-inch. But can you imagine a 4-inch piece of pipe, and there's so much corrosion that we stuck cameras down. In some places, it's 1 inch to 1.5 inches. That is the problem. It's not able to go through the line. So once we get the temporary one in, it's going to be a full 4-inch. Then we can work on getting the other 2 tanks in, getting the 3 brand new lines, because this temporary line is just basically, it's temporary. So it's going to be a throwaway line we get done. So these 3 new ones will be installed along with the 2 new tanks and the 2 pumps and everything from there. And I'm going to say 4 months, we should have it completed once we get started. Oh, the asset management and maintenance. We had people come in the last 3 weeks. They come in, they went through everything as far as inside the water treatment plant, to outside at the wells, to going to the towers, even going to the wastewater plant, anything that we have. They went in and they've wrote every serial number, every size down of whatever pump motor that we have at every location. So we actually have it now. We can go in and say, okay, we need this, here, and this. So it makes it easier instead of going out and trying to figure out what we need to make the wells on the Bulldog lease run. So we actually have everything down. It makes it easier for our guys too, where they can just pull it up and see, go in the shop, get what they need, go out in the field, put it in place, and move forward with it.
Okay, that's the end of the technical part where people know what they're talking about. I have a little softer message for you. But as James was saying, when he was talking about we bring people in, Veolia is the people who work here. We brought people over from the city. These are local people. But we're also a huge company. And so when we talk about bringing people in, we have technology and expertise that we do this work all over the country, all over the world. And so we have enormous amount of experience that we can bring to any community. And in the same way, we are engaged in community events in places all over the East Coast, the West Coast, the South, the Midwest, everywhere. And it's one of the fun parts of this company is getting involved in community events, local things. You can see up there, there's a, I don't know if you can read it, but it says Veolia Barbecue Team. And I've been to, I don't know, probably half the plants that I've gone to of projects like Burke-Burnett. We have a barbecue trailer, and we have guys who are expert barbecue guys who will cook for the community or cook for special events. We have been involved here with Vet Fest and with Friendship Fest, and we plan to do more of that going forward. It's a way for us to kind of give back to the community, and it's a lot of fun. One of the biggest things we do now is the next slide. Veolia is one of the big corporate sponsors of the Professional Pickleball Tour. And that means about a third of the big professional pickleball tours, your tournaments you see on TV, are Veolia tournaments. We're the sustainability sponsor, which means we help them waste less, recycle more. We recycle broken pickleballs. We supply the drinking water, and so that people can refill bottles instead of wasting plastic bottles. And we are bringing that to Burke-Burnett expressed an interest in helping develop some pickleball capacity for the community here. So we are in the process of building these courts in the park here, and we are making plans to bring some of the professional pickleball players here in November for an event, and to put on a little exhibition, help people who are interested in improving their game get pointers from the pros. And hopefully that'll be a really fun event. And we haven't done that before, and so we're hoping to replicate that other places too. So we'll see how it goes here in Burke-Burnett, but we're really looking forward to putting that on. So.
James, you were the technology guy. I guess your slides kind of. James, you were the technology, had the technology slides. My question is, all of this stuff, did you all bring all of this in? Is this something that you all already had that was in-house?
We brought it in. We've actually brought in people like the Rio. I spoke of the Rio with the tablets, with getting them. We brought people in. It's new for us as well. So we brought people in, we trained all the employees here, we've purchased the tablets, and now we distribute them to our guys, showing them how to operate it and building from there.
So this is what your hub looks like now?
That is not here, no.
Okay.
That is not at this hub. This is at New Orleans, or it looks like New Orleans. But
Okay.
yes, this is what they're going to with that, yes, sir.
Okay. I guess that's where I'm headed. Long term, we should expect something in that line.
That's him to talk about.
Short answer is yes. Actually, item 2 there, one of the things that we're working on is called the PCMP. What James mentioned, we brought in some of our process experts. See, making minor tweaks make a big difference on water quality. Lori mentioned with the salt. This is one of the things we're looking to do here is set of parameters and be able to come into making sure that we're running the plant in a more effective way to be more cost effective as well. Because in the end, everything how the contract's set up is a pass through to the city when it comes to chemical and power usage. The more effectively we run the plant, the cheaper it is for the city. And that's one of the things we're looking to invest into ourselves to be that better partner. That includes also how we digitize. We're doing some really exciting things within the region when it comes to automation and how we track and monitor chemical. And that's what I want to get more into, and we do plan to continue to invest in the city from a digital standpoint. Right now, we just got the car. We're driving around trying to get a better handle of how she ride, what's broken, what needs need, but we're really focusing on the immediate needs to get the most improvement. And then part of the longer term plan is to continue to roll out these digital improvements.
So long term, based on where you're headed, will Veolia International have access to what's going on here in Burke-Burnett?
Depend on the city. In some cases, yes, some cases, no, depending on what you want to do for data share. At this point here, that's not part of the process because we don't have that kind of functionality. But at some point, when we do get to a more automated dynamic, that can be a discussion if you want to share or not share that information, kind of like in your car. If you want to send the diagnostics to the manufacturer, what your car is not seeing, you have the option to include or opt out.
But it is a capability.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, for me, that I'm here all the time. So I work with Mike and Nikki quite a bit, Dusty and Lindsay and the chief over here. So I just want to say thank you for believing in us and Veolia, and the guys that came from y'all are making great hands for us. And I think each and every one of y'all is going to see movement in the proper direction that y'all have asked for, and I can already see it. So thank y'all again. And also Commissioner Mickey Fincannon, he spoke highly of us at a couple meetings when he was here, and he has called me. He's come out and looked at things as well. So Commissioner, thank you for your input and advice to us as well.
Are we still in discussion phase? I just want to add another thanks to you guys and your team for being not only improving our water quality distribution, but also for the partner that you have formed already with the city. You mentioned the pickleball court, and I just want to clarify for people out in TV land that that's on their dime. That's not on our dime. They are paying for that. So thank you for all the improvements and the investment you're making in the community in that respect. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, any other questions or comments?